Mom, we're inviting you to come and talk with us. We love you, we miss you, and we want an honest interaction. And we hope that you will join us. And anyone else who wants to come through. Questions are also invited. Do you have any questions, sister?
There you are.
Okay. Can do it with a book.
I am looking for the live. There it is.
Hi, Mom. Are you here? Teachers, parents, and children. Oh, so Eric is here too. Nice. I feel that. Yeah.
Teachers?
Teachers, parents, and children.
Okay. I got a
Who?
feeling of my yoga teacher.
Oh,
Was,
nice. We just talked with her,
her
so
name was
she's here.
Shar.
Yep,
So
yep. That's
that's
nice.
her.
Interesting thing when you bring someone up, they just kind of are often there.
Yeah.
Even if they're from this side of the fence.
I had an experience with that. And I saw David Bowie's name go by and I didn't connect with him. And then later on I connected with him and he goes, "You missed me last time." I'm like, "Oh my God, I totally did. I'm sorry."
Well,
It's
this
like,
is funny because
it's funny.
I was
Yeah.
talking with a lady that I work with, and I said, and I was talking about somebody, but not in a gossipy way. I was just
Uh-huh.
more like saying, we have to watch out for this area of insecurity. But
Uh-huh.
I recognize that when I say that, she's here.
Uh-huh.
And I said, even if that isn't true, who would be harmed by thinking when
It
you
does.
talk about someone, they're there? It makes you more aware, more sensitive, and honest. It keeps you honest and careful and gracious,
Right.
I would think.
Right.
Interesting. All right. So
So, Mom and Shar and Eric.
I don't know Shar, so you'll have to connect
I
with
will
her.
connect with her. That's
Yeah, let me see
fine.
if I have a teacher. And a funny thing is, Nana comes up.
Oh,
Mary
Mary
Rose. Yeah,
Rose.
yeah,
Yeah, Nana.
yeah.
Hi, Nana.
A
Oh,
teacher. Well, I don't think of you as a
nice.
teacher, but you were
No,
so
she
quiet,
was.
and you are.
She
Yeah,
was a teacher, though.
yeah,
She
yeah.
taught us lots of things that
She
we didn't
did.
know.
What's the main thing you taught us? It was that I joked. Oh, and about how often you washed your hair.
Uh,
Remember, because she washed her hair once a week, and
right.
we washed ours every. She could dry your hair out, so she's joking
She's,
about that. She's
yeah.
joking about how often we
I
washed
keep
our
seeing her
hair.
dancing around too while watching the Lawrence
Lawrence
Welk
Welk
show.
show. Yeah,
That's
definitely.
funny. I
Yeah.
feel it. I just saw your picture up there, and it's boom, watching over me,
Oh,
watching over
wow,
me. Yeah,
nice. So
yeah.
that's why she's a teacher. She's still teaching.
She's our guide.
Still
She's guiding us.
teaching.
Yeah, I like it.
Wonderful.
I like it.
Wonderful. So we were originally going to ask Mom some questions. Do you remember
Go.
what we were talking about?
Oh.
What we were asking her?
Mm-mm.
Well, I remember talking about some of the childhood traumas and her
Mm.
way of so many people, if you don't agree with them, will say harsh words like you're just an idiot if you don't agree.
Right.
And Mom would always say that, but always with
With
grace. So she
yeah.
would get by with saying things you
She was a
didn't
good
realize. Yeah.
politician.
You didn't realize you were insulted for a couple of
If
days.
you go back, like, hey, wait a minute. I think she was talking about me. Yeah.
Well, what is that question or what thing does that bring up for you? Anything?
So, how can we learn from that?
How can we learn from that
How do
gracious?
we learn to speak graciously?
The funny thing is, the spirit has a personality. I'm
Mm,
in the room, but I'm always very quiet.
right.
And that is true.
True.
Yeah.
When
She used to be very not so quiet.
we were just talking about that too.
Yeah.
Follow
Yeah.
you into the bathroom.
Okay,
Talking.
so if you don't take a shot at me, she said.
Yes, mother.
Okay.
We'll be nice.
So what we're doing, if you don't know, is we're flipping books and asking questions, and it's not. There's something called bibliomancy, and it's not that because I'm not looking into the future. I'm just right now tuning into the moment and asking her to speak through the words. It gives her a chance to. We use evidence of eternity, Deepak Chopra, anything spiritual. Our own book, Your Inner Light, which is inner martial arts, and connecting with heaven. those kinds of books are more conducive, but they can use anything. They can even use a magazine, anything off the table. The advertisement on a Tide box one time spoke to me, so you never know what it would
Oh,
be.
hello, Susan.
Hi, Susan. Welcome. Welcome. Any questions are we're open. Any relationships you want to ask uh, someone who's on the other side or even on this side? I've actually had people on this side talk with me in spirit
Which is
because
really interesting
we're on a
because
mission here. Yeah.
sometimes you can't connect with the person face to face
Right.
because of relationship issues.
They will block their
But
own way, or
they'll
we
block
block them by
right,
our superimposing our
right,
ideas
right.
onto them,
Exactly, exactly.
which happens all too often.
Yeah.
We were talking about that yesterday too. What makes someone decide they don't like someone? I remember there was a girl. We got into the to a bus to go to a concert, and she got on and she turned around and said, "I'm not going on here because she's on there." And she pointed at me, and I didn't even know her, but evidently she knew me from school and decided she didn't like me. And there wasn't anything we had done together that would make her do that. So we do block out the real person with our own ideas of what they are and who
I
what
think
they
that
should be.
let's do a flip on that. I think
Yeah,
that there's an expectation
yeah,
and a categorization that humans do
yeah.
in general that we can go above.
Okay.
How do we go above our
Or
expectations?
categorize,
Our categorizing.
categorizing.
Yeah.
Ordinary people agree to participate.
Yeah.
An innocent person can become a victim of atrocities by visiting their own shadow. What's that about? What's
So I
that
think
bring
that
up?
what they're talking about is reflecting your own
Oh, right, right, right,
into
right, right.
putting
Yeah,
yourself onto
yeah.
what do they call that? Or you're
Projecting.
projecting.
Right,
There's the word.
right.
So if you're projecting your own feelings
An
onto the other
innocent person
person,
as you're projecting evil upon
so
them.
that
Yeah,
girl on the bus
yeah.
looked at you and thought,
All
she's
those,
thinking that I'm
yeah,
thinking that you're
right,
thinking that I'm thinking. And it's not real. It's
right.
just something that she
A
projected onto
projection,
you.
right, right.
Interesting.
Interesting
So
stuff.
we can get beyond our expectations and I think by recognizing
That's a reality that we do
that we're
that.
projecting,
Yeah.
that we can see maybe a step above that.
Is there any questions there? Or?
Oh, John is saying hi, Christina.
Hi.
Susan says, I lost a friend to suicide last January. Do you have, do they find peace?
Yes. So first of all, let me say we all commit suicide because everybody chooses their life and death, whether we're consciously aware of that or not. She just did it more deliberately. She did it more consciously, but we all at some point, my son knew he was going to die and he just had a heart tumor that was undetected. There was no way he could know, no symptoms that he had that would give away that he was going to pass. But just before he passed, about a week before, he had this said, "Mom, I won't be around. You won't be able to talk to me by phone." I said, "What are you talking about?" And he said, "Well, I'm going somewhere where I won't be reachable. I don't really know what I mean." I thought it was very strange, but looking back, I know that was his spirit who was preparing for his journey into back to his real true self beyond what we can sense here in this life. And so the suicide actually is not unusual because I believe we all give and take our lives. We bring them here for a purpose, we take them for a purpose. But let's ask her specifically, whether we have a name or not, what question would come to your mind for her? For her, your,
Well, is
yeah.
she at peace?
Are you at peace? Rational thought copes with infinite possibilities using logic, which cuts off slices of reality to analyze in isolation from the whole. When you return, you go back to the whole. So definitely, what could be more peaceful than
Then
wholeness?
wholeness, yeah.
Yeah, that's peaceful right there.
Nice.
Yeah. So yes, she's at peace. So yeah, when she was in her head and trying to figure things out logically, she was slicing up reality and probably confusing herself in some way, and so that's why her deliberate
Yeah.
choice got tangled up in that.
It's really interesting as we just watched the movie Soul from a Disney movie, and they were talking about becoming taking something that you're focused on and becoming obsessive with it, and how
Yeah.
it's you lose your soul that way.
Yeah.
So when you become so obsessed that you gave up and left,
this life.
This
And
life.
then shoom off to the
Shoom
wholeness of
goes.
life.
Right,
Yeah.
to the wholeness. It's because she was slicing it
Yeah.
and looking at segments and getting despaired about
Yeah.
it. And that's where she found her peace, because she can see the whole picture
Yeah.
and not just the little slices that were making her
Yeah,
despair.
man, hallelujah.
So
That's
she's
good.
at peace because she sees the whole picture
Yeah.
and not slices
That's
of it
lovely.
anymore.
Very lovely.
I love it.
Very
I'll get
lovely.
chills.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Anything else come
Oh,
up?
hello, Julie.
Hi, Julie. Welcome, sweetheart. Anyone who's lost someone has advanced to some level that other people who are in their day-to-day lives may not ever have to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Losses are a beauty that way. They really open you up to who you really are, which is so, what you can manifest here is just body, and that's just like the fingertip of a whole self.
Right.
There's a whole self behind that. That's very, very small amount, a whole self that's behind that. And you get more in touch with your whole self when you lose someone, because they take you with them in some sense.
Right. If you're looking at like the tip of the iceberg, we're
Yeah.
just this little manifestation of this whole spiritual being underneath, and it is a connection. I think that it's important to understand the beauty behind loss.
You betcha. You betcha. Yeah, absolutely.
This is Susan again. My grandpa used to tell me most people consent before they pass.
Yeah, evidently that's true. I've heard that a lot. And some
Yeah.
people just don't,
They just
they don't know it, but some people really do. And my
some
son
level.
did know it. He did.
Yeah.
In fact, it was so strange. He got a relationship. He was a botanist, or he was becoming a botanist in college. And he worked at a nursery. And he said he started to see personalities in plants. Mom, they each have a different one. So something really opened up, something amazing. Beyond, he zoomed past me spiritually. He hadn't been there before.
Right.
He'd been in struggle.
It's kind of interesting
Yeah.
how, wow. No, and when Mom passed, that
Yeah.
was a very specific thing.
Yeah.
Is that she had to get to a place where past didn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
And the anger she had
Yeah.
towards her family was gone.
Yeah.
And she could accept our love and our
Yeah.
helping her pass.
Right.
And that was a moment that she was not going to get to until the very
last. Yeah.
that she was gonna
You know, and
hold
I
on to
asked
that
her,
past.
before she passed, and we knew she was terminal, but I asked her, you've got to go, because they weren't giving her the medicine she needed. And I was advocating for her, but I had to get back to work. And I said, Mom, you've got to go tonight, because I don't want to leave you. And she did. We went out to, but she had to wait till we went out to dinner.
She had to wait
It was
till we
like
leave.
she didn't want us looking at her.
Right. She said, don't watch me. I'm going. Don't look at me.
Bring up any questions for you about Mom?
Hold on.
Okay.
John said, I lost a dear friend at the WTC on September 11th, the World Trade Center.
Oh, wow.
And all these years later, I still feel a strong bond with her. I woke up a few days ago and I could feel her presence with me.
Yay!
Oh, hallelujah.
Oh, sweet, sweet,
John,
sweet.
that's fabulous.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, do you have a message from
From
your friend?
the friend that was lost?
That was lost. What do you have a message for John?
The charts and information are lost in the wind. A whole life that was based on charts. I hesitate. The date falls.
Dad stole my car. Can I use yours?
Yes. We're live. Okay, just you betcha. The keys are right there, honey.
That was funny.
That's funny.
So, what I'm getting from that is that being lost in the wind. Are we forgetting?
Yeah.
Are we forgetting what happened and the people?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
And a life based on charts. Maybe she had her job or something was it all that's gone. I guess it would burn up, or But anyway, we send you love. We send you lots of love.
I think she's trying to make a connection
Yeah.
again, trying to reach you.
Yeah.
Like I was telling about the David Bowie thing. You're by remembering them, you're pulling them into your space.
Yeah,
your
so
spirit.
we're pulling her in.
Mhm.
In with us too, and that's very nice that she
Thank you.
shares us
Thank you
with
for
her. And I see
sharing
the
with
American
us.
flag right now, and that means something for her.
Yeah. And the watching over me,
Yeah,
angel sign
angel
is
sign.
jumping out,
Yeah.
so she's watching over you too.
Yeah.
That's why she's making that connection with you, John. I think she's
Watching over you.
taking
Yeah.
a bit of responsibility for helping you.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Good. And sending her soul and her spirit to help.
Connect. Maybe you needed that connection.
We should probably wrap up, make it a little shorter so people will watch to
Yeah,
the
it's
end.
not too long.
If it's too
Exactly.
long, they get tired. So is there anything before we go, any more questions or any other comments? And we'll,
Does anybody have any more questions? Just put them here.
yeah. And we'll ask Mom too.
Okay.
Mom says that anger she wants to apologize for. She says it was like putting a finger in the dike, holding back her own
Trying to
anger.
keep it down.
She was like had a huge amount, and that's true. We talk about her grace, but a lot of that was it's my coffee. A lot of that was a huge amount of anger that was held back because. And here she's talking to me right now about birthing all that, and it kind of came out like an afterbirth. All that sort of just flooded out.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see that because it came when she let go of that.
Yeah.
And took her finger out of the dam is when she could let that flow through and she could go ahead and leave.
Yeah.
That was a necessary thing that we gave her.
We gave her, yeah. Helping her let go of her anger. Because she had put it
that
all on us for a
dam.
while
Yeah,
there.
she did.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's
Amazing.
beautiful.
Yeah. So I guess that is, I remember talking to a great aunt who said that the death process is, I asked about wanting to have the all clarity to come upon me. She said it's a tidal wave. You don't want that much.
Yeah,
all
you
at
don't
once.
know.
But when you die, you can do that.
Right,
Because you're not
because you have-
physical, you can go through that.
We have limitations and
Right.
can only soak in so much information.
Right.
But when we get beyond that and outside of time and outside of our limitations,
Right.
we're able to process more. John said that he gets lots of signs from her
Good.
over the years as well. Thank you so much. She said she's never gotten any. Susan says she's never gotten any signs from her dad, but they've always had many other loved ones.
Other loved ones. So, Dad, would you say why you don't give signs or anything?
To Susan.
I show up at your door.
Oh, maybe
amazed and delighted.
Mm.
But you have to come and open it.
Right. So we start looking for signs from
Yeah.
Dad.
Or just feelings.
Or just feeling. Maybe he's just trying to give you impressions of memories or feelings of good things that make you feel good.
So he's saying he's kind of waiting outside your door for you to open up and invite him in. Yeah.
I like it.
Interesting. All right. Thank you so much, loved ones, for being with us and for staying in the background quietly so we can grow and not be told, too much, because we're trying to find our way and extend into difficulties and find a steadiness in spite of it all. With your help that we don't even know, watching over us, giving us impulses that we don't put words to. Thank you so much.